Hey, welcome to the Chef's Table, a weekly video series for professional women who want to go from being a corporate employee to following their dreams of being a culinary entrepreneur. I'm your host, Chef Evelyn. This is the place for successful women who want to live, cook, and work on their own terms. So if that's you, let's get started. Hey, so let's jump right into today's video. And in this video, I want to talk about how to know if culinary school is the right decision for you. So for me, when I was switching careers, going from chemical and environmental engineer and wanting to become a chef, I always had this desire that if I could just go to culinary school, that would kind of be me officially changing careers, sort of like changing majors. And there are some things that I really loved about my culinary school experience, and there were some things I kind of wish I knew beforehand based on what I wanted to do. And granted, I was not, fresh out of high school going to culinary school. I was already established in my career. I was a fully grown adult, very similar to you. And so making the decision to invest in culinary school is not something you should take lightly. So I want to present to you a couple of points to consider if you've been thinking about going to culinary school. So let's dive right in. And if you see me looking down, it's because I'm looking at my notes because I want to make sure that I don't miss giving you all of the goods. Girl. Okay. So first things first is that what do you want to do with your culinary degree? One of the things that I didn't really consider is what was going to happen after culinary school. So very similar to, when you got your undergraduate degree or your master's degree, you went to college thinking I'll get this degree and I'll go and get a job. And so I was like, okay, if I want to switch careers and become a professional chef, then culinary school is the route that I have to take. And the reality is, because I wanted to be an entrepreneur, culinary school didn't necessarily prepare me for that. It prepared me very similar to regular college to become an employee. So ask yourself, what exactly do you want to do after culinary school if it's something that you've been considering? Do you want to go work for someone else? Do you want to go work in a restaurant or a hotel or a cruise ship? But my guess is that if you're watching these videos, that's not what you want to do. Now, that doesn't mean that culinary school is an absolute no, but it's just something to take into consideration. So secondly, you want to ask yourself, what's the return on an investment? So culinary school can be kind of expensive depending on where you go. You can go anywhere from a local community college all the way up into a 4-year degree and range anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 to $40,000 to $100,000 to go to culinary school, which is insane. But if you come out and you go work in a traditional culinary role, for example, in a restaurant or a hotel, you may be a prep cook, line cook at best, depending upon your experience. And if you don't have any experience, which coming from corporate, you may not have any professional experience, then you're probably going to be a line cook or a prep cook, and they're making anywhere from $10 to $15 an hour. So you have to ask yourself, okay, do I want to spend $10, $20, $30, $40, $100,000 to come out making $15 at best? Doesn't mean that your career can't grow from there, but in general, being a professional chef traditionally is not a super lucrative career. It's what was considered a blue collar career, and it didn't become something that was sexy or sought after until the rise of things like the Food Network and lots of cooking shows where we started to see celebrity chefs. But it is a labor intensive, not super high paying field traditionally. Okay, so you want to ask yourself, is the return on the investment there? Or can you find a program that, will be worth your investment? Okay. Thirdly, and this one is super, super important, particularly for those of us that are career changers, because we have a certain lifestyle that we're accustomed to. We have put in years of work. We're already paying for or have paid for one degree. And this is the thing that I really wish I would have taken into consideration, even if you overlook the other two things that I said, which is that culinary school teaches you how to be an amazing chef. Your skills in the kitchen are definitely going to improve. Your time efficiency, your precision, your knowledge of food and ingredients and flavors absolutely is going to increase with a quality culinary school education. But what it will not teach you is how to be an entrepreneur. And what I knew being a corporate employee is that not only did I want to be in the culinary field, but I also wanted to be an entrepreneur. And those are two completely different skill sets. And so I had this belief that culinary school was the end all be all. And I loved my culinary school experience. I don't regret it at all. I made some amazing relationships, connections. My skills were significantly improved. But it didn't teach me how to be an entrepreneur. So there I was, having left my fast track corporate engineering career and had graduated culinary school, knowing that I didn't want to be an employee again. And so I went to culinary school and I had the skills, but I didn't know how to do business. And so if you are really considering like, hey, I want to be an entrepreneur, it's something to take into consideration that while they have some hospitality management classes there to teach you necessarily they teach you how to like manage a restaurant and do food costs and things like that. And those things are super important whether you are an employee or an entrepreneur, but they don't teach you how to run a business, particularly a non-traditional business, kind of like what I do, what I believe is what you want. So you really want to take that into consideration, that yes, you'll be technically better, but when you're going from corporate employee to culinary entrepreneur, just like corporate America has a set way of being successful and making progress and growing your career path, plus whatever specialty you're in. So whether you're a doctor or a lawyer or, whether you work in a nonprofit or, whether you're an engineer or a computer scientist or an architect or whatever path, or a teacher, whatever path you took, you had that path. And then you also had to learn how to be successful in that field. It was two skill sets. It's no different that you need to learn how to be a great chef, but you also need to know how to run a business. And so if you're looking for some guidance on that, then I suggest you check out my mini course, How to Go from Corporate Employee to Culinary Entrepreneur. And the links to that are in the description in this video. So let me know in the comments below, have you thought about going to culinary school? Have you started culinary school? Did you go to culinary school? What did you think? Are these things that you wish you would have known before you started? And I will see you in the next video. Peace. Thank you so much for watching. If you're ready to make the transition from employee to entrepreneur, then make sure to register for From Corporate to Culinary. From Corporate to Culinary is a mini course designed to help professional women begin the process of following their passion. So whether you are still on the fence about following your dreams or you have already leaped from the corporate ladder, From Corporate to Culinary equips you with the tools you need to live, cook, and work on your own terms. For more details and to register, go to FromCorporateToCulinary.com. Now, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and click that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so that you never miss a new episode. And to see what I'm cooking up behind the scenes, make sure to follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Chef Evelyn. That's all for today, and I'll see you next week.